This morning, I was laying in bed and I had the funniest thought. You know how on dating apps people swipe right and swipe left? Well, I realized I could do that with my thoughts. A thought would start to come in, and instead of following it, I just thought, swipe, no thank you. Swipe, not interested. Swipe, move on. And the funny part was that there weren't even many thoughts to swipe away. It was almost like my mind was looking for something to worry about, but there wasn't really anything there. Have you ever noticed that? Sometimes we're so used to thinking that we don't realize we're actually responding to life. We're responding to the thoughts about life. A thought says, what if something goes wrong? Swipe. A thought says, you should be doing more. Swipe. A thought says, what are you forgetting? Swipe. Not because those thoughts are bad. Not because you were trying to suppress them, but because not every thought deserves your attention right now. And that's something I've really been learning. For a long time, I thought every thought needed a response. Every feeling needed an explanation. Every uncertainty needed a plan. Every problem needed solving immediately. But lately, I've noticed something different. Peace is actually very quiet. And a part of that peace comes from realizing that you don't have to entertain every thought the moment it arrives. Some thoughts may be worth exploring later when they're actually relevant, when they're truly in front of you, when they're part of your reality. But right now, you get to choose whether they need your attention. You don't have to dismiss life. You don't have to deny the possibilities. You simply don't have to mentally live through everything before it happens. This morning, instead of listening to my thoughts, I started noticing my experience. I noticed the comfort of being in bed. I noticed the quiet in the room. I noticed the feeling of simply waking up without rushing into my day. And something interesting happened. The more present I became, the fewer thoughts had to swipe away. Because most of the thoughts weren't actually important. They were habits, old patterns, mental notifications that become automatic. It's almost like my nervous system was checking to see if I wanted to go back into worry mode. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't. I just stayed where I was, present, calm, aware. And I think a lot of us believe that peace means having no thoughts. But that's not my experience. Peace isn't absence of thoughts. Peace is knowing you don't have to follow every single one. You get to choose. You can notice a thought without becoming it. You can hear it without obeying it. You can acknowledge it without building a whole story around it. You can even say, maybe later. Not now. Not because the thought is wrong, but because this moment deserves your presence. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply smile and say, "No, thank you." Swipe left, because your attention is valuable. Your energy is valuable. Your peace is valuable. And not every thought deserves access to it. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, try this. The next time a thought comes in, pause for a moment before you engage and ask yourself, do I actually want to think this thought? Is this helping me? Does this need my attention right now? Or can I simply let it pass and revisit it later and it becomes relevant? You might be surprised how many thoughts are just old habits looking for your attention. And when you stop feeding them, sometimes beautiful happens. Your mind becomes more spacious. You begin to notice the life that's right in front of you. The quiet, the peace, the coffee, the morning, the people you love, the moment you are actually living. And from that place, you're able to see so much more than what you're trapped inside your head. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, share it with someone who may need to hear it. And if you'd like to go deeper into alignment, frequency, and living from a more grounded place, my books are available through my website, and I'll place the information in the description below. Until next time, stay present, stay grounded, and remember, you don't have to believe every thought you think.